Happy New Year. Mr. Swinger One here. Hope everybody had fun last night and stayed safe. I just wanted to go over what I'm doing here. I started cleaning this block last year and I foolishly didn't coat the surfaces with oil. So I am basically cleaning the lifter bores and I honed the surface rust off the cylinders. I'm going to wipe them down, coat them with some WD. I got a used lifter here and I'm running it through my lifter bores. So that should go all the way through and fall out. So they're nice and free. You can feel that. And working my way down. I used a 5/8 dowel with sandpaper initially. And I got the heavy stuff sanded out. And then I think this one here binds up. There's gunk in there. Yeah, see, so that binds up there. So what I'll do is I'll stick this here. And I'll spray PB Blaster on there. This is really good stuff. You guys never used it. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but it literally, in terms of rusty bolts, it'll turn the rust into a paste chemically. So I don't think there's rust in here. But see, I'll work this back and forth. I don't think there's rust in here. I think it's a combination of old oil. See, I'm getting deeper down in there, and it'll eventually. See all the brown? I'll wipe that off. And I'll do it again. So I got a little further down in the bore. So what we're doing is we're just cutting the gunk out of the bore with the oil and using an old used lifter as a scrubber, if you want to call it that. So I'll keep twist it around. There, it went through. See all the brown on there? That's what the oil dissolved, all the gunk. That's just another way. And then to clean up, get that. You don't want your lifters hanging up in the bores. And then I'll run. Now eventually I'll run this old rag through the bores. And you know, you can keep running clean rags through till they come out clean. It all depends on how meticulous you want to get. But yeah, so that bore's loosened up. See, if it goes all the way down through, it'll fall out the bottom. So yeah, so you move along bore to bore like that. Again, I started out with a 5/8 dowel. Piece of wood, you can get at Lowe's. I will get that and show it to you. I'll stop this part of the film and I'll quick show you the wood dowel. It's kind of gunky, but it fits perfectly. So you take a 5/8 dowel, wrap sandpaper around it. And it works in these Mopar Lifter bores. So keep in mind, other engines are going to have different size lifters. You might, you'd have to figure out what size wood dowel you would need to make the tool. So now we'll move on down to here. And again, it's more of the same. So I'll just work some PB Blaster. Powerful rust penetrant catalyst. This is good stuff. I used it when I was a professional mechanic. And it really does good for this gunk cutting. If that is rust in there, it just dissolves it to paste. I think it's all dried out oil and whatnot. But I think that was what's on my mains too. I think it was just the oil. So look at all the brown stuff coming out of that. I mean, you could use a brake cylinder hone, whatever you can get down in there, but you don't want to hone these bores out around and you don't want to go oversized. You want a nice, because your oiling system comes up through these bores. That's basically the oil galley right there. And then there's holes down in there. The oil comes in through the holes in the block, into that little hole there, and pumps your lifter up. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. A little trick, it's a lot of hand work. It's time consuming. But the only other thing, this is, I'm doing this to save sending the block out. I already sent the crank out. And I do have a set of heads in the machine shop right now. I will be putting a video out on that, about the heads. We're going to see how much it costs these days to do a set of J heads. But yeah, look at that. See, I'm just using the old lifter to scrub all the brown stuff coming out. It's just old dried oil. It could be rust too, but so it gets, yeah, see, it just broke through. And like I said, you don't want to get sanding and honing too much on these lifter boards, because you do not want to make these oversized. Flat tappet cams already have enough problems these days. All right, so I'll keep moving down the line here. I already did the other side. So here, this will go down through. And then naturally when you're done, you keep a coat of oil on everything. I didn't do that last year, and I had some surface rust on my piston bores. But yeah, we're going to finish up, go in for the night, and get everything oiled up here, so I don't have to keep cleaning rust. This was our 5/8" wood dowel. And then you cut a strip of sandpaper, wrap it around the end, and then get in the bore and sand a little bit. And that's how I initially broke the initial crud on the lifter bores. But then again, the end result was polishing it out with the lifter and the penetrating oil. That's it for now, folks. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I got a nice rag here. So what you can do, you can push the rags through this bore as many times until it comes out clean. Depending on how meticulous you are. So I'm using a Phillips head screwdriver to push this through, and I'll reach through the other side, see if I can get a handle on it. It's kind of jammed. Spin it around a little bit, and we'll pull it out. There really wasn't too much on there. Keep doing it with the rest of them, and then naturally you'll get lint in your block, but it's not an issue right now. We'll end up blowing it out anyway. Do them all like that. Just keep going down the line. I think this rag's soaking up a lot of the oil laying around. It's a little meticulous when you're doing this on a budget. You end up spending more time than money. If you're not into doing all this, you would take this block and get it shop peened and cleaned up at a shop. I would think you would still wipe all this out even after you got it back from the machine shop. So then when I fire this up, I will break in the cam and then change the oil. And I'll also change the coolant right away. I'll probably break it in with water. Drain it and then top it off with coolant after the initial run. But yeah, that's what we got going on. And that is that. I think you guys get the idea there. And again, lifter drops right in, spins around all the way down through. So just remember, you're using a lifter, an old lifter, and penetrating oil, and you're just scrubbing the bores with the lifter, if that makes sense. Then you're going to come back, wipe everything out, spray it down with WD-40, and let it sit till you're ready to install the cam. Yep, that's pretty much it. All right.